Really? It's the 8th of July. Why are there still fireworks going off? One of the first things I do need to do is get this flash. Not quite sure. Wish. Not quite. We're gonna get there. Recorded all that and I didn't have the big microphone on. It is 10:17 on day 8. I got an idea for what I'm going to do with this flash. I'm not, as much as I want to keep it short, I have an idea of how this story is going to go, so we're going to go with it. But I also had a thought and I figured I'd share this. So the inspiration for my story, the prompt is 5 people from completely different backgrounds seated together. I'm kind of inspired by situations of where there's a tragedy, because nothing bonds people more than like shared trauma. But if these people are from different areas and then they end up helping each other in the tragedy, or maybe I might write the story up of their backgrounds and then have the tragedy happen at the very end of the story. I haven't quite figured it out where, but I also want to use a real world tragedy, something very recent. And I wonder if it's too personal. I just don't know. I worry that it's sometimes an issue of being a writer and being inspired by real events too. So we'll see where I end up going with that. But somewhere to go with, my hand was getting tired, I had to switch. Somewhere to go with that. Didn't take me long to outline, but I did get interrupted with putting the boy down to sleep. So, alright, now we're at 10:19 now. I'm gonna try to get this done and we'll see how long it takes me. We are on day 11 of Camp Flash, and if you haven't already figured out, I got a few things to tell you. One is pretty obvious. I didn't film at all yesterday. 2, I did, however, get my flash done yesterday and I posted that on Instagram. 3, I gotta do my flash tonight. It's like 10:18 at night. Big surprise. This is kind of normal for me, even though I try to do it early. 4, or should I be on 3? That's how it's been going. Either way, next number, I got picked up as a last minute fill-in, thank God, for the AuthorTube writing retreat that Shannon D. Houston is one of the co-founders, chairs. She's the main person that we all remember. I know there's others that are a big part of this, but sorry, she's the one I remember. And I get to present a 20-minute session where it's like 10-15 minutes to do my little blurb and then 5 minutes for questions. I'm excited for this and I gotta get it done because I just found out today on Monday and I'm scheduled to go at 11 on Saturday. So we're gonna see how this plays out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll get through it. I think tonight's goal with my flash, sorry, my arm's getting tired. Tonight's goal with my flash is to be one of those get it done quickly, see how short I can make this flash, but still be together, because I have an entire slideshow to finish, probably by tomorrow. Practice it, send it to people. I'm probably going to have some flash fictions to write with that just as examples to share with people. And I think it might help to get things going along. I don't know. I'm a little frantic trying to get things done. So either way, one of the first things I need to do is get today's flash fiction out of the way and try to get to bed early, because sleep is very important through the hecticness. I at least rely more on sleep when things get hectic, which is probably a safe bet. Otherwise, dangerous things could happen if I don't. So we're gonna see if I can do another like 64-word flash in 7 minutes. Okay, end of the night. 10 minutes, as you could see from that timer, all the way down, 276 words. I'm happy with it. I was able to use all 10 words and not modify any of the words. And I mean, 10 minutes, 273 words, I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, because, hold on, let's time that by 6. Oh God, public math. If I was continuous with that, it would be 1,656 words in an hour. That's actually not too bad. But I doubt I'll get there. Okay, I need to stop thinking negatively. And also, remember, previous Natalie said, it's not about the words. It's about getting the task done. And you know what? The task I set out to do was to write a flash tonight, using all 10 words, or trying to use all 10 words. And I did that. So, done. Day 11 done. We'll see how day 12 goes. I'm going to be pretty busy for the next few days. So, I'll be surprised if I remember to film every day, even if it's just I wrote, I did well, done, and then that's it. So this might be a short vlog. We'll see. I'll let you know. But yeah, exciting things happening. Exciting things happening. We'll see if it plays out. Hey, look. We got a puppy ready to come in. Where's the other one, though? Lilo! Oh, there she is. I didn't even have to bribe with the treat this time. Hey, 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 hey. No, house is this way. Come back. Come on. Come back here. No, we're not playing ball. Thank you. Now come on. Inside. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna give y'all treats. Good girls. It's 5:05. I just got out of work. I am going straight into this flash fiction because I don't want to stay up till midnight again. So I'm hoping this is going to work out. With the prompt, I had a good idea. This is episode 138. We're on day 12. Episode 138, a priest hearing a unique confession. I had an idea with these 10 words. My idea's out the window. I got no clue. I'm going to work with this. And in the idea of time, saving time, I might set another 10-minute timer. I'm kind of enjoying that. But also, your girl needs to think on what she's going to write about. So we're going to see how this plays out. Okay, my son's holding the camera, so if it's shaky, if it moves, it's his fault. He wanted to hold it. I'm going with it, so I'm going to try to keep this quick. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep this quick. In 49 minutes, I wrote 500. You want to use your other hand to support it? You can hold it with both hands? Yeah, okay. Now make sure I'm in the shot. There we go. 49 minutes, I wrote 493 words. And I had to draft that kind of twice. Why are you moving? I'm like tilting this way. I had to draft that twice, which was annoying because I started, this is the downside of not outlining. I started going one way with the story, and then I decided to delete that and go another way with the story. At first, I was going to have this character. What are you doing? Hey, back up, please. I'm in the shot. So I started to have this character who was going to the priest and was going to pretty much like threaten to kill the priest, but they ended up not doing that. Instead, I had the character go to the priest and admit to killing. So that was interesting. So I think my son's hand is getting tired, so I'm just going to go ahead and say day 12 is done. It took me way too long, but hey, I should be able to get to bed early tonight, right? I should? Fingers crossed. Day 13, 7:33 at night. Well before bedtime. We're going to see if I can knock this out in 10 minutes. I'll let you know. 30 minutes later, end of day 13 with 418 words. I'm actually quite happy with it. I wrote it real quick and I had like 420 something, but then realized I missed the word occupation. So I let the counter just keep going and I added occupation, and then I also kind of ended up editing a little bit to make things a little poppier. But I definitely went almost an sci-fi route with this, extraterrestrial or even paranormal. Not quite sure which I was going with, and I think it's still up in the air, but the genre being delayed is not a bad thing. Sometimes you just write the story and then the genre unfolds on itself. Something to consider, though, is whether you wanted it to go dark or if you were okay with the story kind of taking a mind of its own. Either or works, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the character. I kind of wish I gave them more personality because right now I just have fear as a driving factor. I don't know. If I go back and edit this one, I think it's going to be giving the character more personality. because I got the room. At 418 words, I got the room to add more in here. It works. But yeah, day 13 done, and I might be able to go to bed earlier than I did last night, which was actually earlier than I did the night before. So if I keep this going, I'll be going to bed at like 5 in the afternoon. Who am I kidding? That will never happen because I have kids. So if I keep this going, I'll be going to bed right after my kids go to bed. There we go. Until day 14. It is 7:35 on day 14, and I'm going to try to write another flash in 10 minutes. We'll see if I'm able to make it or not. And I'll video this and let you know how it goes. What's interesting about this one is with this prompt, I've written a natural disaster before, and it was one of the previous stories where I remembered the main character of OCD because it was one of my favorite lines in there was about how the brother of the woman who had OCD was like, we have to go now, and it was a tsunami, and she didn't want to go. She wanted to go through her normal checklist when she leaves the house, and he's like, please, I don't want to leave you, and I don't want to tell your nieces that I wasn't able to bring you back. Here it is. Episode 77, a character with OCD in the worst possible situation. And that's what I came up with, was that it was a tsunami and they needed to go, but they had a routine to leave the house, and it was an issue. And that was actually a really touching one. I felt between a brother and sister, an adult brother and sister, dealing with the issue is that the sister had OCD, but her nieces wanted her safe, and they sent their father, and they wanted to go with their father, but they couldn't. So that story let me know that I'm not going to do a tsunami for this story. So I got to figure out another natural disaster. Then, through Instagram, I also thought of making a post. I actually thought of the movie Day After Tomorrow. And another writer friend commented on Instagram and said it made him think of National Treasure too. And I was like, maybe that's the new game is, there's nothing unique anymore. Maybe try to come up with a movie that is tied to most of the words that is provided, whether it's the prompt and the words or just one or the other. So either way, I think I might be doing that, but we're going to see how this 10 minutes plays out first.
So here is the spreadsheet. You already saw week 1 just a week ago, and week 1 stats didn't change because we're past week 1. Week 2 stats, you'll notice it is 7 flashes instead of 8 flashes. The reason there was 8 flashes in the previous week, let me scroll up. The reason it was 8 flashes for week 1 is because when Chandra and I do Flash Fiction Live, we do a second bonus prompt on Flash Fiction Live. So that's why. This last time, for time travel, that was the prompt we did on Flash Fiction Live, we ended up critiquing each other's work and then immediately applying the critiques and to see how the words, to see how the piece had got better. So, as you see, I had a lot more words in the total words. Week 1, it was 3,930 words. This time, I have 4,475 words, which is impressive considering it was 1 less prompt than it was the week before. But the total time has increased. Week 1 was 5 hours. Week 2 is about 6 hours and 30 minutes. So that comes out to almost 12 words per minute, whereas for week 1, it was 14 words per minute, roughly. I think I'm getting better. I have a lot of time here. The big one that got me was this 2 hours that it took for me to write, but that was 2 30-minute sessions, and then I had to edit the story down to be under 1,000, and reading and bringing it down and adding words, then taking away words, just anything to strengthen the story. It took me a while. I think it was at like 1,078, and I had to read the story twice to edit it down to under 1,000. I did do well where I had 10 minutes for one story, actually 10 minutes, but the rest of them, I think it was interesting where I hovered in the 400 range at 50 minutes, at 30 minutes, and then I was able to get it down to 17 minutes. So I might be headed in the right direction on writing the story down quickly, something that I can work with in a short amount of time. And if I can get better at doing that, I'll feel a lot better about writing in spurts versus a full on, I gotta write today, 3 hours devoted or something. Like, maybe just write in spurts is the goal. I think something else that is important to notice here is, yes, I see the prompts as I post them on Instagram each day, but I don't really look at the 10 words. But the prompt does spark my mind to think about what I'm going to write about. Then I sit down and I think I'm going to write, and I read the 10 words, and it's completely opposite to what I was thinking. But I think letting things mull in my mind a bit before I actually sit down and write is the key thing here. Yeah, so I'm happy with this. I'm going to get started with week 3, and I'm going to let myself finish up this outro for week 2. Oh, by the way, I should note, I'm wearing the same hoodie in like every single video of this. I tell you, I was not recording all on the same day. I recorded on different days. I just apparently have a favorite hoodie that I didn't realize until I started recording myself. So, yeah.
So just looked over week 2 and I'm pretty happy with it. More words, more hours, less on words per minute, but that's okay because the thing is I'm making progress. And also my focus is on writing a flash. Not a perfect flash, not done, not submittable, just writing it, drafting it, putting it into existence. I succeeded in putting it into existence 14 days in a row so far. Hopefully I can get to the 31 days. And you know what? I'm also preparing myself that what if I have to skip a day and I do 2 prompts in one day versus 1 every day. It happens. But the fact that I'm able to continue this vlog and the words, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now, if anything's going to slip, it's going to be the vlog. Then the words might slip after that. But that's if like there's some extreme circumstances going on. But I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm getting to bed earlier, and I'm hoping that is going to help me in the long run. I hope your writing experience, your camp, is going well. Even if you're not meeting your goals, you're further than when you started. You at least stepped away from the starting line. And if you haven't stepped away from the starting line, you can write what's the shortest sentence in the world? No. I hope you are getting an invigorated passion towards your writing, and I can tell you I am, and I'm quite happy with it. Until week 3.